I want you to sit with that for a moment, because everything you have been told about what a home costs was built to keep you paying. A roof over your head was never supposed to take half your life to buy. And before this video is over, I am going to show you a catalog from 1908, a real one, that you could once order an entire house out of for a few $100s, and I am going to show you who made very sure you forgot it ever existed. Stay with me. After my last video, a great many of you wrote to me and said the same thing in different words. You said, Amos, the techniques are good, but I do not own the walls I am trying to fix. I am renting, or I am buried under a note I will be paying until I am 80. So I went looking. I spent weeks reading and writing letters and walking through prefab yards, and what I found is that the home itself, the actual shelter, has quietly become the cheapest part of the whole arrangement. The land, the permits, the hookups, the interest. That is where they get you. Let me give you the number that started all of this for me. The average new house in this country now costs more than $400,000. Pay that off over 30 years, and you will hand the bank something close to double that. You will spend the better part of your working life buying one building, one time. And here is the part that should make you angry. A great many of the prefab and modular homes I am about to show you can be had, as a finished shell, for between $30,000 and $70,000. The factory builds it under a roof, in a fraction of the time, with almost no waste. Then it ships to your land in pieces and goes up in days. Now think about that for a second. The building is not the expensive part. It never really was. We were simply taught to finance the most expensive possible version of it, for the longest possible time. I am Amish, and I will tell you plainly that my people have never signed a 30-year note for a house. We do not borrow against our children's labor to put a roof up. When a young couple marries, the community gathers, and in a day or two the frame stands, raised by the hands of neighbors who expect nothing but the same kindness returned. We owe no man for our shelter. That is not a slogan to us. It is simply how a free family lives. And here is the part most people do not know. This country was once built that way too. Before the war, before the long mortgage became the normal thing, an ordinary working family could open a catalog, choose a house, and have the whole thing, every board, every nail, every window, numbered and ready to assemble, delivered to the nearest railroad station. They built it themselves, or with neighbors over a season. No bank needed to own you for 30 years. We will come back to that catalog at the end, because what happened to it tells you everything. So let me show you what is actually for sale today. I have gathered 25 of them, from the smallest cabin you could pay for with one good year of savings, to the kind of self-sustaining home that runs with no wires to the grid at all. Get a pencil. Some of these names you will want to write down. We will start small, where most honest beginnings start. Number 1. The solar cabin from the Jamaica Cottage Shop in Vermont. This is a real timber cabin, 4-season insulated, that starts at around $30,000 and comes with a small solar electric package built in. It is wood, it is simple, and it is the kind of thing a careful man can stand on his own land and call paid for. Number 2. The Nugget from Modern Tiny Living. Around 140 square feet, starting near $39,000 with a 100-gallon fresh water tank, a propane heater, and a solar system. It is built to be lived in off the grid from the first night, not someday. Number 3. The Ecocapsule out of Slovakia. This one is a pod, not a house, and it is the purest off-grid object on this whole list. Solar panels across the curved roof, a small wind turbine and rainwater collection feeding a filter, all in one egg you can set down almost anywhere. It runs near $100,000, but it answers to no utility on Earth. Number 4. The Zero House, designed by the Spect firm. A modern, clean design that runs entirely on solar with a battery bank, collects its own rainwater, and even digests its own waste. It is the expensive end of clever, but it is proof of what is possible when a house is designed to need no one. Number 5. The Casa T from Green Modern Kits, around 1,200 square feet, and the unfinished shell starts near $30,000. It is designed for both passive and active solar, meaning the sun does much of the heating and cooling before a single panel is wired. A family-sized home for the price of a luxury car's down payment. Number 6. The R1, also from Green Modern Kits. This is the big one from that maker, over 2,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, shipped as a kit and built toward a zero net energy standard. A full family home that makes as much power as it uses. Number 7. The M1 from a company called House. Starting near $260,000, this is a self-sustaining studio that arrives fully furnished and runs on solar with its own water systems. You set it on the ground and you live. No site crew, no hookups. Number 8. The M2 from the same maker. A 2-bedroom version near $500,000, with smart systems and walls of glass, built to run independent of the grid. This is the rich man's version of the same idea we are chasing, but the idea underneath is identical. Owe nothing to the meter. Number 9. The hut systems from the Backcountry Hut Company. Modular cabins starting around $77,000, sized from a couple hundred square feet up past 800, and built so flat-packed pieces can be carried in by truck, and in the steep places by helicopter. Made for land the power lines never reached. Number 10. The Micro House from Minim Homes. Starting near $70,000, a little over 250 square feet, with septic handled and solar offered as an option. A small, sane, well-made box you can actually own. Number 11. The Kit House. Aluminum framed, rust-proof, starting near $27,000 and built to go up in days rather than months. It will not rot and it will not rust, and that matters when there is no contractor coming to fix it for you. Number 12. The Zen from Bamboo Living. Starting near $30,000, framed in real structural bamboo, certified to building code, made for warm climates where it can breathe. A house grown, not mined. Number 13. Cornerstone Tiny Homes. Full build starting near $65,000 and built hurricane-resistant, engineered to stand in the kind of wind that takes ordinary roofs off. If you live where the sky turns mean, that is not a luxury. Number 14. The Henderson from Movable Roots. A tiny home on a trailer starting near $95,000 with a sleeping loft and a custom layout. It is wheels under, so in much of the country it answers to different rules than a fixed house, which can mean the difference between building this year and waiting 5. Number 15. Titan Park Models. Around 400 square feet, starting near $40,000, built with energy-saving construction. A park model is a quiet legal path to a small permanent home in places where a full house would be fought every step. Number 16. The Solar Farmhouse from Deltec Homes in North Carolina. This is a serious house. A little over 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and Deltec has built round, hurricane-resistant homes for 50 years. It is built solar-ready from the start. It runs higher into the 600s of thousands finished, but it is a house your grandchildren will still be standing in. Number 17. The Ridgeline, also from Deltec. 1,500 square feet and change, with vaulted ceilings and glass that pulls in the daylight so you burn no lamps until dusk. Same 50-year maker, same bones built to last. Number 18. The Sitka from Loyal, custom priced with a wood stove at its heart and an envelope built tight for efficiency. A cabin meant for cold, quiet country. Number 19. The Salty, also from Loyal. A coastal design in cedar, built for salt air and sun. Same maker, different country, proof that one good builder can put you anywhere. Number 20. Plant Prefab out of California. Their homes start near $250,000, but they are built to a serious green standard and can be ordered configured for off-grid living. This is the polished, code-everything end of the trade, for the man who wants no fight with the inspector. Number 21. Method homes. Modern modular builds starting near $100,000, pre-wired for solar, plumbed for gray water reuse, and offered with off-grid septic. They hand you a house already shaped for independence, so you are not retrofitting later. Number 22. Green magic homes. These are the strange and wonderful ones. Prefab shells you bury under earth and plant over, so the house disappears into a hillside and grows grass on its roof. The ground itself becomes your insulation, holding one steady temperature the year around. Number 23. Ark Shelter. A portable cabin from Europe with rainwater catchment and a wood stove, shipped worldwide, built clean and simple for a man who wants to set a beautiful box down in the middle of nowhere and stay. Number 24. Bungalow in a Box, a family-run shop up in Maine. Affordable kit cabins in several plans, the old honest idea, a crate of numbered lumber, and a weekend of work with people you trust. Number 25. Shelter Kit. They have been at this for over 45 years, selling post and beam kits from 140 square feet up to 1,500, designed so two ordinary people with no special skill can bolt them together. 45 years. That is the tell. This is not new. And that brings me to the part I saved for last. None of this, not one bit of it, is a new idea. We did not invent the mail-order house in a startup garage. In 1908, the Sears Roebuck Company began printing a catalog called the Book of Modern Homes. You turned the pages, you picked a house. They offered dozens of styles, and for somewhere between $360 and a few thousand, they shipped you the entire house. Tens of thousands of boards, cut and numbered with the nails, the paint, the hardware, the plans, loaded into a railroad boxcar and sent to your town. Between 1908 and 1940, nearly 75,000 American families built their homes that way. And Sears was not even first. A company called Aladdin, up in Bay City, Michigan, started doing it 2 years earlier in 1906, and kept selling their ready-cut homes until 1981. 75,000 more houses, give or take. For most of a century, an ordinary family could simply buy a house outright by mail and put it up themselves. So here is the question that should keep you up tonight. Where did it go? How does a thing that worked for 75 years, that put hundreds of thousands of families under their own roofs debt-free, simply vanish from the way we live? It did not vanish on its own. It was crowded out. The long mortgage became the standard product the banks wanted to sell, because a man who buys his house once in cash from a catalog is worth almost nothing to a lender. A man who borrows for 30 years is worth a fortune. And the building codes thickened, year over year, in ways that quietly outlawed the simple, the small, and the self-built, until in many places it became illegal to live in exactly the kind of modest, paid-for home your great-grandfather built with his own 2 hands. There was no money in selling a family one house, once. There was a fortune in selling them 30 years of debt. That is the whole story. It was never a conspiracy of shadows. It was just money doing what money does slowly in daylight while we stopped paying attention. Now let me be honest with you the whole way, because this is where the breathless videos lie and I will not. The house is the cheap part, but it is not the only part. You still need land, and land is not free. You will still face permits and codes, and they vary wildly from one county to the next. Some places will welcome a prefab home, and some will fight you over every inch. Going truly off the grid means a real solar and battery system, a real water source, and a real plan for waste, and those add cost on top of the shell. Some of these makers, I should tell you, are small, and a few may have changed or closed by the time you write to them, so verify before you send $1. None of this is a magic key, but every single one of these homes is a door that the average family has been told for 3 generations was bricked shut. It is not. It never was. Knowledge like this was not lost. It was set aside quietly because there was more money in your not having it. You were never given it. Now you have it. If you are the kind of person who believes that real knowledge has been quietly pushed aside to protect someone else's profit, you already know what to do. Drop the name of your county in the comments and tell me what they allow a tiny home, a prefab raw land you can build on because someone reading is in your same county tonight, wondering the very same thing, and your answer might be the push that frees them. I read every single one. Subscribe and stay close, because next time I am going to show you how the Amish handle the one bill these prefab makers cannot ship in the box, water, and the simple, ancient way a family pulls clean water out of the ground and the sky with no well-drilling rig and no monthly bill at all. It is older than the mortgage, and it still works. Until then, build something, owe no one, and remember, the people who built this country with their hands knew things we are only just starting to remember.